Yep. A homo Satanist, man. And that's the average Edomite. You know? And see, that's the reason why we're being threatened. Which we can get scripture, somebody can say Thessalonians 2. You know, whatever else brothers got, Isaiah 13. That's why people are so upset with us, because of the message, man. Tell them what y'all ripped out. You got to talk to one. 2 and 3. Go down.
They say Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
And 2/3 have been deceived, man, by the God of this world, man. You know, like the elder brothers been going into, man, by way of the media, you know, the propaganda machine, you know. So, and you pretty much, man, you Jace, you MOTB ready, man.
Yeah,
you know,
the philosophy comes before the token.
Yep.
You know, if somebody got your mind, then there's nothing to label you.
It's already over with, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've already spiritually been popped, you know. Now it's got to be physically inserted in you, man. You know, and it's so much proof. And I gotta do a video because the spirit cursing me out, man. But they even show you on that old Wonder Woman show. I think it aired like in the 70s during, you know, women's lib. And that whole independent shit's a fucking joke, man. They showed you on Wonder Woman. Basically, it was an episode where this one guy was one scientist, but it was somebody above him. He was implanting the MOTB and different NFL players to bid against that team, man. But you know, he put that MOTB in them to control their minds, man. You know, so hey, this has been on the way for a long time. You know.
Yeah, Esau Edom is not impulsive.
Yep.
He's calculated.
He's very calculated.
He's 20 steps ahead, man. You know.
They've been showing this shit for years, man. You know, you got it, brother. Okay.
Hey, this Second Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for the day should not come, except there come a falling away first.
A falling away of Israel, you know. And also you think about just all out rebellion, man. You know, like now, see the earth is at the point of rebellion. It's never been there before, man. And now that's how we know our God is about to act, man. Now it's completely too much, man. You got little boys and little girls without it shouldn't be lawful anyway, but they got permission to get a gender change, you know, bro. Ain't no way the Lord about to let this shit continue, man. You got it, brother. You got something? Okay. Get what you got, bro.
All right, brother. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 13. Thus with your mouth you have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them.
Call scripture out again.
This is Ezekiel 35 and 13. Thus with your mouth you have boasted against me.
And he's speaking about Edom, Mount Seir, man, Mount Seir. And we ain't like IUIC, man, cause we gonna get on them. We gonna get on you, man. He's speaking about Mount Seir specifically, the Edomites, man. All right. It said with their mouth, you know, the legislation, the democracy, the laws they pass. All right, he talking about them, man. Hey, the Lord named names in the Bible, bro. You got it, brother.
Finishing it off, and it says, and have multiplied your words against me, I have heard them.
Right. It came before the throne, man. Now it's too much. All right, and now you about to pay, man. Okay, go back to what you got, bro.
I said, that man, let me stop back over, bro.
Okay.
And this, I said Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin shall be revealed, the son of prediction.
The devil, basically. You know, in his spirit, man, because, you know, this Queen Zahar was going into it earlier, it's their nature. See, you can't fight your nature, man. And if you do, the Lord is gonna snap you back into like, what the fuck was I thinking? And you're gonna do what you was made to do. Like, that's how I go, man. They showed you in Matrix Reloaded, you know, you had that so-called black woman, the Oracle, but it's spiritual, you know, because wisdom is like to a woman. And she was like, everything got a program, man. You know, like, and that's including you Edomites. See, you're programmed to be the wicked, man. And you can't fight it because the scriptures say if you do good, you really do it unwillingly. But I didn't mean to do that shit. You know, like, see, and they gonna show you, Jakes, who they are too. And you wait and see, man. They're gonna wild out. You know, but they call the son of perdition or son of destruction. Who they go back to? Esau. Excuse me, Eve. Excuse me. But was not Eve's blessing the sword? You know, and you know, brother went into it. He was a cunning hunter. All right. But their blessing being a sword, basically, they weaponized everything, man. This man has weaponized the air. He weaponized our food. He weaponized our women. Like, he can make everything a weapon, letting you know, like, this them in the Bible. All right.
He weaponized us against each other.
Us against each other, man. Cause see now, they don't need taskmasters or the slave masters murdering Jake. Jake, you programmed to do it to yourself, man. You got the billboards, you know, about, you know, if Black Lives Matter, why we killing each other still? You know, the devil is controlling you, Jakes, man. Ultimately, it's the Most High, and it goes back to the curses. But it says how you give drink to your neighbor, and you pretty much fall back like I ain't do nothing. You know?
Like the Klan retired.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
niggas took over. You know? Klan, you know,
Yep.
explored some kind of thing a little bit.
Yeah, it's a goddamn shame, man. Like, for example, I you know, cause I got a hat by the brother, the hat from Las Vegas, but the hat red and black, it got VL on it for Las Vegas, but I can't go in a certain neighborhood cause the nigga think it stand for Vice Lord or something, man, and it's red and black, so a nigga wanna kill me for wearing a hat that a brother gave me. See, you niggas gonna fucking die, man. That's just not my brother. You got it. Hey, we finished up.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 21. Go up against the land of Marathon, even against, it says, even against it.
That's the code name for Babylon.
Yeah. It says, even against it and against the inhabitants of Pekah, waste and utterly destroy after them, said the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. And I brought that out. You know, just going to that word Marathon, which in the Hebrew is Marathon, which means double rebellion.
Right,
You know how
right.
you were saying earlier how the earth is in the great rebellion against Yahweh Shabbat Shai. They call this Babylon a double rebellion. You know?
Yep, Babylon the Great.
I had a precept on the top of it. All right, Genesis 6 and Genesis 6 and 5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth,
Right. This is the antediluvian age, you know, before the flood.
and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth,
But repenting means grieved. Go ahead.
and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them.
And basically, that was a great reset, or what they're calling an extinction level event. You know, where the Lord would bring mass death, man. So that was the what's called the first death, and that is by way of water. And now it's going to happen again, but this time it's going to be by way of fire, because now, like brother said, now it's more rebellion.
Yeah, we teach, man. We just gonna keep it.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, people. I got you.
I got
Oh, yeah, brother, the Mahos, you got it. I got you.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, starting verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Verse 11.
Right, that's the elect. Go ahead.
Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
Right, and that they can apply to 2/3 of our own people, but going into the wicked specifically. You know? You got it, bro.
in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 8. Woe be unto thee, Assur, thou that
Right, Assur, that's the Assyrians. In America, is modern day Assyria, or Nineveh. You got it.
It says, woe be unto thee, Assur, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee.
Hide is meaning protect. All right, and the unrighteous, that's the alphabet community. Along with, with these other sinners, man. Go ahead.
O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Right. Yep. So the same thing gonna happen here, man. Could somebody get that in Luke 17? Where the Lord mentions, Noah and also Sodom. You got it.
Verse 9. Whose land lieth in clods of pitch, in heaps of ashes, even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, said the Almighty Lord.
And it's spiritual because the beloved Apostle Hart here brought out how Ophir, which are the Americas, it means reduced to ashes. You know, so the same thing gonna happen here, man. And it's spiritual, we got that name. But Sodom itself, when you look it up, Sodom means burning. The way people burn in wicked lust toward each other. But then because of that, like the actual judgment was fire. You know, fire and brimstone, man.
Yeah, brother brought it out beautifully. Really, Sodom and Gomorrah, on top of that, got stoned to death.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, that fire and brimstone, that was Yahweh stoning it.
Stoned, yeah.
Like, America's about to get stoned with missiles, man. I forgot the brother that brought it out, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was beautiful.
You know they liken the missiles to hell. They all in the
Stoned.
Wow.
It shows, yeah.
Definitely.
I ain't supposed to get stoned because ancient world judgment is what? Get stoned,
Stoned,
man.
yeah.
So Mosai can stone the whole country, man. Fire and brimstone. You know?
Look, brimstone, look it up, it also goes into what's the sulfur,
Yep.
dealing with the technology of those missiles, man.
Yep.
You know? Okay, go ahead, bro.
And it's new.
This is Revelation 16 and 19. And the great city was divided into 3 parts. And the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came in remembrance before the Most High to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath.
Right.
Right.
That judgment, the nuclear missiles.
Right? 20. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. Verse 21.
Right, because when brother Priest Shimon from the main camp brought it out, basically the earth is going to terraform. You know, like these nuclear missiles going to change. It's going to change the earth pretty much, man.
Right.
Hey, I want to show you that this is the what's that, second judgment? What's one of the second Peters?
Yeah.
The second death.
Yeah. Second death, yeah.
The second death because the first earth terraformed.
Yeah.
You just called Pangea. All land.
Yep.
All right, but then the flood came and broke the earth down to 7 continents.
Yep.
All right, but now it's going to happen again, man.
Again.
Right.
Man, wow.
And the 3 parts is symbolic for also Esau, Edom.
Yep. The third part of man.
That's right, that's right,
That's
that's right.
right, bro.
Yep.
Verse 21, and there fell, O men, a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent.
That's them warheads.
That's it. That's the stone you talking about?
Yep.
Edwin?
Hey, that's heavy, man. Because that's Yahweh judging the nation.
Yeah.
You know, Yahweh judging the nation, that's him stoning you, man.
Yeah. Because but in the second edge is also called a horrible star. You know? And you get these, because a lot of these devils, like you watch the History Channel, they know what's coming, but they don't speak about like a great meteorite. But nah, man, it's them missiles, man.
I know you got some. If y'all having battle at nighttime, right? If the opposition shoot an arrow or fire on it, it looks like a falling star.
Like Falling Star, yeah.
You got the arrow that's in flame, and you shoot it at nighttime. It looks like a falling star, man.
It burns once it makes contact.
Yep.
And men blaspheme the Most High. And these men are talking about these Edomites, spread, beyond America, outside of America. And men blaspheme the Most High because of the plague of the hail. For the plague thereof was exceeding great.
Man.
Plague means judgment.
That's right. Man, it's hell. You got it, bro.
This is Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency.
Yeah, because it's also called the mistress of witchcrafts. What's going into Nineveh, but that's this place here, man. Because it mastered it. What you call it, the mother of harlots, right? And mother, they go into the source. You know, like so. Because Esau, Edom, by way of his technology and basically, he's able to tap into all the history of old. They mastered the ancient witchcraft. You know?
Archaeologists.
Yeah, archaeologists.
You always go to Aleister Crowley. You know, he perfected that, man.
Yep.
Me and the brother of mine looked it up last week. Aleister Crowley went to Egypt like in 1902, 1904. That's around the time when he had the first car. Plane was created.
1911 was the Wright brothers.
Yeah,
Same time.
Yeah,
This
so
one
he
sped up.
went over there in 1903.
Wow.
With the Spirit, I just watched the video of him like yesterday. Yesterday,
And it says, The beauty of the Chaldeans actually shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Because he got that nation got stoned just like Sodom and Gomorrah, man. That's a divine judgment.
That's right, bro.
You got it, brother.
It says verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold
That's
there.
how you know it's talking about America. Like I said, it should never be inhabited when Sodom was never inhabited again. But it says Sodom was an example. Now you look at the word example or example, it goes back to the word simple. So what happened to Sodom was a sample of what's about to happen to America. Then it said, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Well, all throughout America, what do you have? So-called Arabs pitching tent in America. That's right. Because they're merchants. They have these corner stores, these liquor stores, these gas stations. That's the Arabian pitching tent, man. All right? You got it? Oh, and it says it's going to be happy. It says it's going to be happy about that creatures. It won't be
The
inhabited.
next one going to,
Okay,
verse 21, but wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures.
That's that post-destruction habitation, where there's owls, Komodo dragons, roaches. Right.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
It says the owl shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there.
Yep. Satire.
Satyrs, right.
Basically, animals dwelling. It's a desert. Desert goes back to deserted. So there's a desert, it's deserted. It's a wilderness. It's a wilderness.
Most like he places everything in its proper habitation. Children of Israel are properly in linear captivity. The amphibians are properly underneath water swimming around. The mammals are properly in their habitat on earth, walking, breathing air. The fowls in the air are in their natural habitat in the heavens up above. So you can see that particular habitat or the burning of this land and it being given over into these desert-like creatures. That's going to be their new habitation. Everything has this particular order and array of things.
Yeah. And you know what that's, bro? What it's called, bro? Reality. That's dealing with reality, man. You know? Right. Yeah. 26.
And it's Luke 17:26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the day of the Son of Man.
Yeah, and you notice, like when you read here, this point he was reading earlier, but also like you read in 2 Peter, and also in the book of Jude, pretty much it keeps mentioning that. What happened during the time of the flood, and then it goes to what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah and those other cities, man.
You got that movie Mother.
Yep.
Movie Mother. When it was just Cain and Abel and Adam in the first family, it was a peaceful house. But at the end of it, it was just chaotic.
Yep. And basically he burnt the woman. Like he pretty much like burnt the house to make a new house.
Yep.
Verse 27. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, and they were given into marriage until the day Noah entered into the ark.
So life will go on as normal. Even when the MOTB is implemented, there's going to be a sense of normalcy because there's really like going to be like the new salvation, man. It's going to be the solution, To what, bro?
As in the days of Noah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have weddings, you're gonna have gatherings. All right, there's still gonna be social things going on. Should have said when they should say peace and safety, sudden destruction should come upon that.
And that shows you too that a lot of people gonna take that spoken of in Revelation 13 chapter.
Yep.
Because this system still is gonna be going.
Yep.
And well, you saw that with the pandemic. You saw how people were anxious to go back to Rome.
Like the normalcy back.
Yeah, that was a foreshadow.
And the flood came and destroyed them all. Verse 28. Likewise, also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, and they built.
Yeah, and then when you even go back to that account, when Lot had told his sons-in-law that the Lord was going to destroy that place, man, they laughed at him. Like it said how he was as one that was mocked. So they didn't take him serious, man. But the same thing is happening now. Like people not taking us serious. The proof is, besides those watching behind the camera, who's listening, man?
And well, Mike Epps.
Oh,
He
you
did
did
the
that?
mockery.
So did.
Showing you that this is the days of Noah, man.
Ricky Harris.
Yep.
The Lord killed him.
Yep. You know?
You saying they building, and there's a lot of building going on. It's only a lot of work on building. There's a lot of building going on. Crazy, man. Crazy.
They shall build, but I should tear down.
Lucy's not his son, right?
Got to. It ain't gonna be no fun unless the missile have son. Right.
And verse 29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained. In Luke 17:29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone.
And it's gonna be the same thing today. As soon as the elect is delivered, it's gonna rain missiles. When the elect are delivered on the surface of America, the missiles is gonna be coming down. Just like as soon as Mosiah closed the door on the ark with Noah, rain came down. And then brother from Birmingham always go into how when you see that rain hit the ground and then the mushroom cloud, the shadow thing is done. You got it.
Brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all.
Yep. So it's a repeat, But see, this time, this destruction is gonna eclipse the flood, eclipse the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, eclipse what the Lord did to the Egyptians. Any type of destruction that the Lord did on the earth, man, this is gonna far surpass it, man. Along with the salvation to come too, because it mentioned the destruction, but also when you go into it, there was basically always a remnant. There was always survivors after the Lord did something, man. Always. You had Noah and his sons, Noah, his wife, his sons and their wives. You had Lot and his 2 daughters. But at this present time, there's another election. What you got, bro?
This is John 12:28. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again.
Right, and he did that several times, man. Because he's a God of war. And every time he brought a major destruction, he got himself a name, man. Especially when he brought us out of Egypt. All those different Canaanite nations, they all knew about it. And great fear was on them based off what our power did. So he's gonna do the same thing again this time. But see, this time it's gonna be far greater than what he did to Egypt, man. And don't let them fool you either, because that actually happened, man. We got something else. Your brother get Isaiah 11 as well. 11 and 11.
Well, he cannot bring this up.
You got it, bro.
Romans 9:17. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Right, so you Edomites, whether you want to be it or not, you the modern day Pharaoh, man. And the only reason why you're in this high state is so the Lord can show his power through you, man. By giving you all this just to, take it all away, bring you down, man. You got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 7. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh by Shai, that they shall say no more that the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them.
And this will be that modern day Egypt. This is the new Egypt. So there's going to be a new Exodus, man. The word Exodus means exit, leave.
Out of the way.
Out of the way. And that's going to take place very soon, man.
You got the exit sign.
And by way of divine intervention, we're not going to leave on our own accord. Our hope is that we're going to leave by the chariots, You got it, bro.
And it says, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them.
Which is spiritual, because when he brought us out of the land of Egypt, he led us out by one gigantic ship. But this time, he gonna, beam Israelites up, worldwide. And we may go up into one big gigantic ship, however the Lord has to take place, you know. But you know, with this right here, it's gonna be worldwide and everybody gonna see it, man. You know, you got it.
And they shall dwell in their own land.
Yeah, and you Jakes better wake up to the fact that you don't own America. You know what I mean? You've been here for a long time, and you feel like because of your hard labor and the labor of your ancestors that you know, deserve a piece of the pie. But hey, this place is left for dead, man. The Lord, He promised you something greater, you know?
Yeah, and the power wasn't cooked for you, man. The power was cooked for the Edomites and their Jewish heirs. America means bitter. Marah.
Yep.
So we came here based on what? To finish our captivity.
Bitter captivity.
Bitter captivity.
Which reminds you of Egypt, you know? Hey, that bitterness, man. But I got Isaiah 11. Yep.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
And this is how He's going to glorify His name again. See? All right, but see, this time it says, recover the remnant of His people. See, when we came out of Egypt, all Israel came out, man. But it's not going to happen this go around. Only the elect going to be delivered. That's why our hope is to stay in this thing to the end, man.
But you know what's so crazy though? Although they were delivered, but they still stayed in the wilderness.
They died in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Yep.
So who went to the promised land? It was the elect.
Yeah, because it was Joshua and Caleb and the sons and daughters of them. You know? You got to go.
We shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt.
These are all the lands we were scattered at. And, you know, the brother Priest of Yah just read how all the lands we were driven. You see that? You know, you got to go.
And from Bethros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
Yeah, because you have to call a diaspora. There's a global slave trade. We weren't just shipped to America. We were shipped to North, Central, South America, all right? But we were also shipped to the Middle East, parts of Africa, India, Asia.
Man.
It was a global, that's why you have to call the Dutch Trading Company. You know, we're dispersed by way of prophecy, man.
That's right.
Now, we're going to add, even Shalom and Nestor took the northern kingdom, he took them to allow them to them exact location.
Yeah, he did.
He took them out to Samaria, exiled them.
Yep.
So like they was already Israelites in the Middle
Yeah.
East, you know.
Yep.
To add to the point.
That's right.
God.
That's right, man.
You got Gadites that look like Arabs over there. Gadites that look like, you know, Iranians. They'll be straight Gad.
Yeah, we even see certain Ephraimites, they got confused. You know?
They do. Yeah, because a lot of times, really, I'm just gonna say this right quick. Anybody, like a lot of times, Northern Kingdom grow their hair long, you'll think they're a Gadite. You know, so-called Mexican might grow his hair long, you'll think he's a Gadite, man. You know?
I was watching on Top Boy. They had a character from Morocco. Act just like Jake.
Yeah.
Act just like Jake.
Yeah.
So we scattered from the four corners of the world.
Morocco goes back to more.
So do. Yep.
Argentina, Morocco.
Yeah, I was reading this one book how it says how the Jews were scattered as far as Gibraltar. Is that the word? Gibraltar. It's
Yeah.
basically like southern Spain, man.
Yeah.
But that's where the Moors dwelt at.
Yeah,
You know?
Spain, Portugal, that was our haven. All right, before the slave trade, man.
Yeah.
It's one of our main havens, man. You know?
That's some hidden history, man.
Did Esau conquer Gibraltar? Did you go into that?
Yeah.
When he left the Ottoman Empire?
You had the Ottoman Empire fell in 1453.
Yeah.
And then Granada, the last stronghold of the Moors, fell in 1492. You know, Japan
King Ferdinand.
You know, and that's pretty much Granada and the Ottoman Empire, that pretty much funded, you know, Esau's conquest, you know, across this new land, man.
That's right.
Back in Isaiah chapter 11, verse 12. And he shall set up as a sign
An ensign.
for the nations.
It's basically a standard, you know, and the standard is the elect being gathered by this word, man. Got it.
And shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the
What
earth.
the brother basically just read, you know. Want to add some?
No, you can't. Okay, go ahead.
You know, that's like,
Yeah, no,
and that's why in Revelation 7 it said that multitude, you know, because they spoke in different languages.
That's it, brother.
And that's what it did. different countries. Yeah. The Lord scattered them. They all speak different languages. You know what I'm saying?
I got it. Matthew 24:31. He shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Since it's going reading this, somebody about to shot get Deuteronomy 30. You know, it's showing you the same thing as in the Old Testament, man. What Yahweh Shai saying right here is written in the second book of the law, man. Deuteronomy 30. We start at 1. You know.
And this Deuteronomy 30 and 1.
Let's read down to verse 4.
And it shall come to pass, that all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curses, which I set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whether the Most High thy power have driven thee. Verse 2, that shall return unto the Most High thy power, and shall obey his voice, according to all that command thee this day, and that thou, thy children, with all thy heart, with all thy soul. Verse 3. And that then the Most High thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon them, and will return and gather thee all the nations, whether the Most High Lord thy power has scattered thee. Verse 4. And of thy be driven out unto the outermost parts of the heaven. From thence with the Most High thy power gather thee, from thence will he fetch thee.
Can't make it up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Matthew 24:31.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, come.
All right. Matthew 24:31, it says, he shall see his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Right. So, and that's the explanation on it, man. You know. There you got it, bro.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 8. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, if you transgress, I will scatter you abroad among the nations. But if you turn them to me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of heaven, yet will I gather them from thence and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there.
Right, and it's spiritual because there was always a returning that took forth, man. What took place, excuse me. You know, because that was during the rebuilding of the second temple, man. Well, now we're living during the building of the third temple. You know, so we about to return. You know. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And this is Ezekiel 11 and 16. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right, and that's basically what these camps are, man. They're like sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
You know, it's safe havens, man, because the name of the Lord is there, man. The Lord got altars all throughout Egypt, you know, America, man, and that's these different Israelite camps that teach the whole truth, man.
Verse 17, therefore say, thus saith the Lord power, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel.
Right, and that's when the Lord is pretty much saying to himself, he's pleased. He's pleased with us, man. That's when he's going to gather us, man. You know? Yes.
All right, Isaiah 19 and 19, you said the word altar. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh. Isaiah 19 and 18 comes. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan.
Right, that's a cut on, and we ain't here to cut people nothing. We're just saying, hey, we got our language back. Well, why is this written, man? You know?
All right, Isaiah 19 and 18. And that day shall 5 cities in the land of, and that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan.
Right. We represent those 5 cities, these different Israelite groups that speak in the ancient Hebrew, calling on the name of the Lord, you know, and his son, Yahweh Shai. Because what's the language of Canaan? The Hebrew. You know, some people call it the Phoenician, but it's the Paleo-Hebrew.
And swear unto Yahweh of hosts.
And you do that when you come into the truth, you make an oath that you're going to serve the Lord as long as you live, man. You got it.
What should be called the city of destruction?
Right, and we saying about Babylon the Great, that this place don't be destroyed, man. You got it.
In that day should there be an altar to Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt.
And the altar is used for sacrifice. And so you see us up here, we got the stick, the 12 tribe sign pursuant to Ezekiel 37, and we're offering up spiritual sacrifices. And present our body as a living sacrifice on this altar out here. You got it.
And the pillar and the border thereof to Yahweh.
Right, and the pillar is a monument, man. And that's what these different camps are. And it shows, hey, the Lord, He's not gonna forget about us, man. Yes, sir.
You got something to do with it.
2 Samuel, chapter 7, verse 10. It says, moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them that they may dwell in the place of their own and move no more.
And that was prophecy, because at that time we was in the land. So what was he talking about? And we had sovereignty. Yep. So it'll be in this time. Hey, you Jakes, you don't own these streets, man.
Why would you want to own cement? And we're gonna have streets paved with gold.
That's right, bro.
And the most size of men. Come on, man.
Yep. That's right, man.
And it says that they may dwell in the place of their own and move no more, neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time.
Now who is that talking about? Edom, specifically. Because this has been the main nation troubling us really since the beginning, man.
Going back to Cain.
Going back to Cain. Messing with us, man. And the brother, he always goes to how they should wear us out, and it means to harass constantly, man. But brother got it. Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, starting verse 25. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh our power, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name.
We say have mercy upon the whole house of Israel. Ultimately, that's what's going to happen. 2/3 in America, the rebels going to die, but they're going to come back in the kingdom through the elect by way of the new covenant. So He's still having mercy on the whole house of Israel. I think you had made a point. To see what's going to happen is, if you're an Israelite, it's one of two things. Either you gonna make it or you're gonna die. You're gonna come back. But if you're a heathen, either you're gonna die and come back in slavery, or you're just gonna die or go right into slavery. Like it ain't no in-betweens, man. Or gray areas, You got it, bro.
Verse 26. After that they have borne their shame, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me,
And we're fulfilling this now. Go ahead.
when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. When I have brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' land, and am sacrificed in them in the sight of many nations.
Sanctified. Yeah, it's sanctified, so He's being made holy. And then you got to think about it, because we think about it, man. You got all these brothers all over the earth calling on the name Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The Lord about to do some stuff, man. That's power. He gonna save us. Do you think about it? You got camps that go out on the same day. And you got brothers, certain camps all go out on Friday, or all go out on Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But just the point is that vibration of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua going out like that. Hey, the Lord, He's being sanctified in the eyes of the nations, man.
It's a nice offering too.
Yep.
Beautiful fat offering.
That's right, bro.
These altars, offering up His name.
Yeah, and we're not offering strange fire, man. Hey, IUIC, cut it out, man. Most High Christ bless. That's strange fire, man. That offering is off, It's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. You got it, bro.
Verse 28. Then shall they know that I am the Lord Yahweh their power, which caused them to be led into captivity among the
Hey,
heathen.
what is that? Oh, it's beautiful. Because see, all this is happening during the third woe. World War III, man. Because the heathens, they going to acknowledge those are the Israelites, and they went into captivity because they disobeyed the Lord, but now He have mercy on them again, man. Even they going to see it. And that's when everybody gonna know organized religion is some BS, man. Plantation Christianity and all these other religions are BS, man. You know? Boy, bro.
But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left them none them any more there.
Right. Hey, so, like Elder Malcolm said years ago, we out of here one way or another, man. You know? What's it, Ezekiel 20? You know, the Lord, he cursing out the Israelites in these other lands. That which coming to your mind shall not be at all. You think you're going to be like the heathen. Lord, like, hell no. He don't care that y'all want to be niggas. He going to stop you from being niggas. You know? All this going to be cut out, man. You know? You got it, bro.
Verse 29. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, said the Lord Yahweh.
Right. Any other closing precept? All right, close out on this.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
Yeah, and that, well, you can link that up with Baruch. And we being gathered, say, from east to the west by the word of the Holy One, man. So, hey, we're the rejects, man. We're the outcasts. Brother read that earlier, man. You know? Hey, you just want to accept everybody, but we the people that's not accepted, man. You know? Salvation is for the Israelites, man. You know? Again with the elect.
And that was our brothers and sisters for edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kadosh.
Never honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone rule well. Peace and blessing, health and wonders in the house of David the elect. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah.
Come out, shalom.
Come out, shalom.
How about Shema Sharp on the thumb? Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to do a quick Shabbat, you know.
Well, there's a lot of more, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?